welcome to my garden. So today I'm working on some project and I hope I decided to take you along with me because I thought you might enjoy it. So we are on our north side of the house. Many of you remember, this was a big project that George and I tackled because right behind you here is a kind of a hill, and this area was literally packed and saturated with a bunch of weeds and bushes that was just found themselves here over a long period of time. So we decided to go ahead and remove everything. We tilled it. George actually tilled it. We went in with the pick. We got a whole bunch of roots out, etc. And before I move forward, I know that lots of our viewers would like to know where I am. So we are in southwest of France, and we are about, what is it, sweetie? It's like 2 hours from Spain, you would say, about 2 hours from Spain, and about, close to the Mediterranean. And this is a zone 8B, I believe. I think sometimes you can push it to 9, but we are not really there. I think there's some things weather can be up and down a little bit. And so anyway, back to my story. So we went ahead and cleaned out this area. I got these pots here with the boxwoods, and of course you can see they're chipped. And because many of you guys know, last fall I left very, very quickly. I literally left everything the way it is, and haven't been able to do much until now, 4 months later, and there's a lot of work to be done, so please be forgiving to everything that I'm still trying to put under control. However, anyway, so everything is looking really good. I did remove all the weeds here. Pretty much it looks like I left a couple of them there, but for most part I went ahead and cleaned out here. I pruned the roses, so you can see I have 4 David Aston roses here. They're a poet's wife. They're beautiful, double, beautiful fragrance, yellow, kind of golden yellow a little bit. Very, very beautiful. And so I have 4 of David Aston roses. I have 2 hydrangeas planted, one here and one right up there, and these are the pinnacle hydrangea limelight. So pinnacle hydrangea limelight, and I did prune them as well. And then you can see right here I have 3, and it's super muddy because it's been raining so much. It's been really windy, very rainy. So anyway, but here you can see I have Hudson River clematis. I have 2, so one here, and then I have another one right there, and they're doing really good this year. So you can see they're coming out healthy. They belong to group 3 clematis, so I went ahead and pruned them pretty, far down, and they're coming out really great. And I'm hoping for them to create a nice ground cover with the blue flowers, and they bloom all summer long pretty much because they belong to group 3, so their flower a little longer. They have a longer period of flowering time, so it will be really pretty. And then they intermingle with some other things. So I have a crepe myrtle here, 2 crepe myrtles, and they're dwarf crepe myrtles, so they will go up to about maybe 1.5 to 2 meters tall. So anyway, so this is kind of what's going on here, which I got a lot done. And then I planted all the boxwoods on the hedges. I do believe that in one point I might move these boxwoods probably in a back area somewhere. I'm not sure if I want to keep them here. I haven't really decided yet. I like the evergreen element here, honestly, but I have to see. It kind of would be nice to have annual plants maybe planted in these containers. I don't know. We'll just have to play and see. I haven't really decided. And then I basically lined on both edges here with the boxwoods. As you can see, my right side of the flower bed literally has nothing been done. That's my other project. So I've been kind of working bed by bed to get them under control. And you can see here, nothing has been done. My hydrangeas, these are the last year blooms that I have to come and trim. These are big leaf hydrangeas. And then I have 3 peonies that are doing really good this year. I have 2 tree peonies. I don't believe I have buds on this. I will not have flowers this year, but they are doing really good. And then here I have Japanese maples. Like this one is I think this one is an uncle ghost, and it's very, very beautiful. I have these are Japanese quince that a friend of mine gave me from her garden. It honestly had barely any roots. It was very difficult to dig them out because the ground was really hard. But they survived and they're doing good. You can see this here. I actually have a couple of blooms, which is very exciting. And then I have another Japanese maple here. This one is a emerald lace or emerald green. I can't remember. It's a lace variety. This is a very, very beautiful Japanese maple. It's going to be whipping, so I gave it enough room here to do its thing. And then let's see, I have another one. This is another Japanese maple here. This one is very interesting. It's very reticulated, has a very reticulated leaves. You can see the veins, and it literally stayed that way the whole summer. Very interesting. I have actually two of these in my garden. It's called Como. This is a new variety. But it's really beautiful, and they all survived, which is the most important part. Looks like I lost one boxwood right there, which I have extras. I can bring one here, and then all I need to do just basically trim and remove weeds, which is fine. We'll get to that. You know, I'm not stressed. And so this area where I'm going to do some project today, I wanted to let you know first what I have been doing here, because if many of you guys remember, this was again saturated with lots of bushes and such that they found themselves wild, because it really hasn't been anything done here. So we went ahead and removed lots of things. I created a walkway path here. You can see it's kind of hard because it's been raining and muddy, but you can see I did a little flowers, a little mosaic here. This was a really fun project. So to walk around here, we have peony, which I already pruned. It's looking really good. I believe I will have flowers this year. I have two. These are Bartzella variety. There's one here and one in that corner. And they have a really beautiful, creamy, semi-double flowers in the springtime. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tackle these summer song roses. I'm going to prune them and plant all my hydrangeas here. These are the hydrangea Pikachu. They're pinnacle hydrangeas. I think they will be really beautiful because they can take the sun, and there is quite a bit of a sun here. It will be gorgeous. I do need to prune them. These hydrangeas I bought. I ordered last year before I went to the U.S. to help out family, and they arrived, 5 of them, and I was going to do this project last fall, but I didn't have the time. I had to leave very suddenly, and I wasn't able to. So they actually set out for a entire winter, and it looks like they're doing good. Looks like they're alive. Thank goodness. I asked my neighbors to help me look, to keep an eye on it, and it seemed like it's doing good. But I do need to come and prune them before I go ahead and plant. So I have all my tools here. And we had so much rain. You can see it's muddy mess here, but I really need to keep moving and get this done. Unfortunately, the weather it's been nice because, of course, it's wonderful that it's raining. I'm not complaining. It's just been very windy for long periods of time, rain, and I haven't been able to. I'm kind of working in between, and I can't get stuff done as fast as I want to, but it's okay. So you can see I'm pruning these hydrangeas, and I'm going to remove all the very, very thin, flimsy, super thin, super flimsy branches here. And this one is that. Okay, this is good. And the reason why I'm pruning for most part is to help it to start branching out. Okay. And as you can see, when I'm pruning the hydrangeas, I'm pruning right to the bud, because this is where it's going to start growing. This is the growth. So if I cut farther out, this part to this part is going to brown and die. So it is important to cut right before the part, and you can see it's all green, which is very nice to know that it's alive and doing well. Okay. Okay. Starting to rain. Is it raining? All right. Okay, so today is the second day. Yesterday we couldn't get everything done. I started pruning the roses. I removed all the trellises, and then suddenly started raining really heavy. So we couldn't get anything done. It was a muddy mess. After the rain stopped, it was so many water puddles here that I couldn't even get in there. But it was really nice, which I was able to get this bed cleaned up yesterday. So we couldn't finish the video, but at least I spent time trying to remove all the weeds from here, trimmed all the microphylla hydrangeas, which was really nice to get at least one bed checked off my list that needs to be cleaned. So today I'm going back to the project we started yesterday. So I'm going to prune these summer song roses, and as I explained, they're really beautiful, very unique color, very beautiful scent, and I'm going to plant up my pinnacle hydrangeas. Before I trim the roses, I always want to mention that usually it is very recommended, and I do that actually, to clean our pruners before we prune our roses, just because roses do have this disease issue, and we definitely don't want to spread from one rose to the other. So every time I prune roses, I wipe my my pruners with alcohol. For me, it works really well. Some people dip it in alcohol and keep pruning. For me, I just like to use disinfectant wipes and just put alcohol on, place some alcohol on it, soak them in the alcohol, and then just keep wiping. And then when it's dirty, I just toss them and then continue with the new one. So that's kind of how I like to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and start pruning these roses and then start planting my hydrangeas, Hydrangea piniculatas. And, you know, in my previous video, I explained that Hydrangea piniculatas, just like arborescens, they like to be pruned in the spring because they do grow on a new, they bloom old wood and on the new growth, sorry. So you can go ahead and prune them in the spring, no problem. However, you can see the microphyllias, I left them alone because last fall I couldn't prune them because I wasn't here. And then in the spring, if I go ahead and prune them, I would lose my blooms for this year because they do bloom on old wood. However, the piniculatas, pinnacle hydrangeas, and arborescent hydrangeas, you can go ahead and prune them in the spring. Okay, let's go ahead and get this done. Oh, my goodness.
Snow if you fall, Valerie.
For pruning roses, I wanted to mention something really quickly. You can see that there is, the eyes on the roses right here where the growth is actually taking place. So anywhere that you take your cut, you will determine where the next branch will grow. For the roses, it is recommended not to cut in the places where, for example, right here, if I had cut right there, the new growth will actually go inside of the rose bush, which it is not recommended, because what we want to do is keep the center open for the roses, for the airflow, in order to eliminate the diseases. We need the airflow. And so what I'd like to do is be intentional in cutting on the outside eye right here, because if I cut them here, you will see that new growth is actually going to start growing outward instead of inward. So it's not always possible, but that's the intention, I think, that would help your health of your roses. Ooh, this one. It's a tough one. Okay, so at this point I got the roses pruned. Now I'm going to spray the roses with fungicide, and I've sprayed all my roses because everything is pruned now. For most part, the only things that hasn't been sprayed yet is those 4 summer song roses that I just pruned. But also for me, for my zone, because I'm 8B, the roses are already kind of late to be pruned. It is really best to prune early February or towards the end of January would be the best time to prune roses. But because I didn't arrive here in time, I started pruning. I have over 200 roses, and so I tried to start pruning as fast as I can. And this one I left so I can do it in a video, so I can prune it with you so you can see how I prune my roses. So now I'm going to go ahead and spray them with a fungicide. I hope that it doesn't rain today. If it rains, make sure when you're spraying, make sure there's no rain in the forecast. I'm not sure if we are going to have any rain today or not, but if it does rain this evening, I might have to spray them again. Okay. One here. So I have 5, and I think I bought this thinking one is going to go probably right here. So that's what I'm going to do, I think. Yes. Because here, what I'm hoping to do is create some kind of a stairs that would walk down, kind of curve this way to go into the planter on the other side. So here will be another probably bed, and then it will wrap around to go continue here. So I think I will have one here. This is going to be really close to the tree root. So I decided, so I have 5 hydrangeas, and I decided to go hydrangeas in between here. I might, actually, the other one, I might plant right there instead of here, because this part I'm not quite ready to start yet. So I think this one, for now, I will plant here. I think I'll plant one here, which will fill in, and then when I start working on that side, then I'll deal with that part. So I think that's what I'm going to do for now. All right, let's go. We'll start this one first. Muddy mess. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm finished planting. I'm really excited. I think this is going to fill in this area a lot better. And actually, I'm really excited to open up this space a little more. I don't know what I was thinking to have it climbing. You know, I thought it would look really nice to just have a row of roses kind of knitted together and start blooming, but I really didn't like it because it kind of blocked the view of on the other side. So I think this is going to be a lot better. I feel a lot better having this place more open. And so I end up planting my hydrangeas, so one here, in between the roses, all three. So I think this is going to be really nice. I decided to stay away from the other side yet just because there's so much work to be done on that side. I'm feeling like I'm not ready to go into that area quite yet. If I have to move some things around later, I can, but for now I think it's going to be fine. And then if you notice, this area is a little more bare, but what I'm thinking to do maybe this year, add cat's pajamas, the Nepeta cat's pajamas. I think it'll be really pretty to kind of fill in because this area is really dry, and I think they will do a lot better here. So it does get sun because the sun comes from the other side, and it does get the sun, but it does stay really dry because it's under the trees. So I think it might look they do really well here. Anyway, I think this is going to be all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I was also thinking to do Q&A. One of our viewers suggested that before I went to the US, and I still haven't forgotten about that. If you guys are interested to do something like that, please let me know. If you have questions, maybe you guys can submit. We can do Q&A and kind of just spend some time together. That would be really nice. I would really love that. So let me know if there is an interest for something like that. But in the meantime, thank you so much for all the subscribers. Thank you for all the viewers. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.